Hey, what's going on, guys? James here bringing you another YouTube video, and this one is going to be another episode of my original Universe Mode reactions videos. Now, at this point, of course, you'll be watching this on what is now my third channel, TGC Wrestling. I already talked about it on this channel, and I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get into it. I already reacted to the first episode, gave insight on that, and yeah, let's just get into it already. Let's go. Hey, what's up, guys? As you know, I'm James, and bringing you another YouTube video. And this one is, of course, if you saw the first episode, it is the start of a new series. The first episode is, at this time I'm recording the first episode, is currently being uploaded to the channel now. And, obviously you would have seen that one before this one. And, so if you saw the last episode, like I said, that was the start of a new series, and this is going to continue. That was the first Raw, booked by my friend Tyson, because this is a co-op universe mode, and this is SmackDown. You know, I booked SmackDown, and I really hope you go to enjoy the show. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm so unprofessional. Right, hang on a minute. Let me turn I can't help but to joke about that. Like me just sitting there chewing ice and whatever drink I was drinking at the time. Enjoy the show. The first match I booked for you tonight is the Dudley Boys versus Chris Jericho and Christian. Then I have Brie Bella versus Alicia Fox. Then I have a Fatal 4-Way match between Tyler Breeze, Adrian Neville, Kevin Owens, and AJ Styles. Then I have a submission match between Paige and Natalya. In the main event, I have Bray Wyatt versus the World Heavyweight Champion, Daniel Bryan. And I really like the matches I booked here. I think to pause it real quick, I guess one thing to say is I've said it before on the channel that when it comes to the original Universe mode, Tyson booking Raw, me booking SmackDown, one of the big things to know is, for the most part, Tyson was just kind of booking for the sake of booking, and really just kind of treating it like a game, which isn't exactly a bad way to look at it. Honestly, it's not. But I don't know. That's just never the way I ever intended to like book myself, and so for me, booking SmackDown, I don't know. I just try to come up with stories and things like that, and that's what I tried to do right away. But yeah, everything that I did, at least in some way, I would try to have a payoff for it, I guess, if that makes any sense. One thing I am pretty proud of to this point, looking back on it now, is I right away did try to give equal opportunities on my roster. You know, I had tag action on the show. I had a good mix of, at the time, what I would call main eventers and mid-carders. I had multiple women's matches. Overall, I like the format of this first show that I booked. I mean, you get a tag team match between 4 veterans who are all well known. You would assume that would pop the crowd. Dudley's versus Jericho and Christian. Then you get a women's match between Brie and Alicia. Not the most exciting, but again, it's still a women's match, and the women getting to show what they can do. Then you get a Fatal 4-Way between 4 just workhorses in Breeze, Neville, Owens, and Styles. And then I know the main event was Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan. And of course, that works out for me because I really wanted to push and go forward with a Bray Wyatt character. And even if I would seriously kind of like, I guess just, what's a good way to say it? I wouldn't necessarily do everything I wanted to do with the character of Bray Wyatt in the original Universe mode. I would kind of fumble that idea a bit, but still got like what should be at least a decent main event match. And then I don't remember the match right before it. But yeah, either way, I really do like the structure of this first card. Alicia Fox. So here we go. Tyler Breeze, Adrian Neville, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles. And yes, guys, I know it is still, I mean, I know it's technically it's just Neville, but
I don't know.
Conversation for another time.
I don't like how
past
WWE
me.
is trying to like get rid of people's first names.
I mean, I still agree.
But anyway,
For the most part. But
let's
conversation for another time. And again, should have cut the loading screen out. And stop drinking on camera, damn it. They can hear the ice in the cup. Am I being weirdly harsh to past me about this? Yes. But even in 2016, I should have known that. I was making a video for 2 years at that point. Which, by the way, how none of these Original Universe videos, for the most part, got copyright claimed, I have no idea. You can very clearly hear all of the entrance themes. But then I have properly edited and audio balanced videos in the past where the themes were less noticeable than this, and they've been claimed. So I don't know. I don't get it. Either way. Again, that's a conversation for another time, and it doesn't happen often anymore. But it's so frustrating and weird to think, too. Like, most of these Original Universe videos didn't get claimed at all. Unless, like, I used a song that I knew was going to get copyright claimed. But, like, just WWE didn't really claim any of them. So, I don't know. But either way. Not too much else to say, really, about this episode. I talked a lot in that first Universe reaction video. But yeah, not really too much else to say right now until we kind of like get into the match a little bit.
and here is the former
Got a story
NXT
going.
champion, Kevin Owens.
I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense because in context of the Universe mode, NXT wasn't a thing. But I don't know. I mean, I would intentionally ignore all of their past accomplishments after a little while, because like it's just kind of weird trying to marry those two ideas together. It's just weird. Like that's one thing is like if you're gonna do a Universe mode, just like I really do recommend if you're gonna do a Universe mode, just like keep your own accomplishments separated from real life. It is much simpler that way. And I take it back, not really a story at all. It's just me doing my own ring announcing. Oh, I can hear the terrible chair I was sitting in at the time too. Admittedly, the chair, it wasn't a bad chair, it was comfortable, but damn, it was loud and creaky and oh no. Not good for recording video. Not good at all. You can hear it. Don't know how this didn't get claimed either. This is louder than the entrance themes in the game. Me being that mark for AJ Styles. Oh. But, like, who hasn't been a mark for AJ Styles at some point, dude? Like, Jesus. I do think, like... I do think one of his best themes, though, is when he had Evil Ways go right into Get Ready to Fly in TNA. I don't think he used it that long, either. But that version of it was just chef's kiss. It was I was gonna say phenomenal. No, like no, it was great though. I really did love that.
Hope you enjoyed that little surprise.
Don't acknowledge it past me. God, me trying to commentate everything here.
And this is gonna be very hard to call.
Me trying to commentate everything, dude. I do know at some point I got pretty good at doing that, but I don't miss doing that. Like, I don't necessarily miss doing that. Like, I do miss doing commentary, but I love the way we do commentary now compared to this. Like, dude. Live comm like this is not good. Like, it's great for Let's Plays and other things like that, but something like Realistic Universe modes, you have to do post-commentary. Like, there was no good way to do live commentary for a Realistic Universe mode. But yeah, like, overall, I mean, again, there's not just too much I can say about the series at this point. I know when I get later on, I'll have a lot more to say as things progress. But here, like, all I can really add is what I've already said. Is just I really like the structure of the card. I think it was a good format. I'm still trying to get used to the idea of, do I want this realistic or do I want this to be more like a GM mode, me kind of playing a game, seeing, okay, who's just better at booking between me and Tyson. But the problem is, and I've talked about it before in the previous original reaction video to episode 1, and just plenty of times before on the channel, or on the other channels anyway. And that's really just, you know, I don't know, it's just...
Oh! Leg drop turned into a famouser. Boy.
And what's crazy, I would end up using that as a big move for John Cena later in the series. Oh, that top rope famouser. That is one thing I do kind of... That is one thing that I do kind of miss, too, about the original universe. I did start so many stories that I wish I could have at least let come to an end, and I just never did.
I did not realize Owens was pitting me there.
It's kind of, I don't know.
Commentating.
That just sucks thinking about it.
Throws me, DDT.
I'd started so many things, and it just sucks that none of them really came to an end.
Standing shooting star press.
It was just a weird situation where I kind of just lost all motivation at the time to do the universe mode. And it was just so weird.
Calf killer. Those can be hit.
I forgot that's not how that works in the game for the last gen versions.
He missed the maneuver.
You can only have one springboard from the apron to the ring.
Supermodel kick.
And no matter what,
Supermodel kick.
If you did like the phenomenal forearm, nope.
And Breeze wins with the
You could not hit it onto a grounded opponent. Some of the moves you could, like I know the springboard drop kick, one of the older animations you could. It would turn into a splash.
Because he didn't hook the leg. He didn't need to.
I mean, at least that kind of makes sense, though. It's like, in theory, if you hook the leg, they would have a harder time kicking out.
Checking his face.
So at least that statement kind of makes sense. I mean, kind of, again, I don't know.
That was a really
but yeah, like, again, kind of wish I had a little more to say about this episode, but again, I'll have more to say about SmackDown in the coming episodes. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Paige and Natalya. That was the second women's match.
Paige and Natalya, a submission match.
It was cool to have them, like, give them a gimmick match, too.
Paige makes Natalya tap
for the show.
To the PTO. Bray Wyatt and World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Bryan. And Bray Wyatt knocks off the champion. You know, that definitely puts...
But yeah, overall, I do really like the format of the show. I know what I was going for. I like the format. I think that's probably the best thing about the show, honestly. Looking back on it, is the format. And I know where things will go, and I know things that I wanted to do and just didn't for one reason or another. But I know where I wanted to go with it. And yeah, not a bad show. I still think that Tyson and I easily could have been a lot worse. Like, this isn't that bad looking back on it, and I, by no means, like, have problems watching this back. Like, I'm not sitting here cringing or anything. I can say, hey, you know, past me. You shouldn't have said that. You should have cut this out, whatever. Like, I know, I can look back and see things that should have changed, obviously, because I can look at it now and say, like, okay, well, that shouldn't be in the final video, that shouldn't be in the final video, but again, this was 5 years ago. So I know a lot more now than I did then. So yeah. Could have been a lot worse. This was not a bad show by any means. And that's all I gotta say really about episode 2 of the Original Universe. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment down below, share it on social media, do all that good stuff. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.